We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field. We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And right away, he lost the football. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Looking to throw on second down. Pryor. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opened things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Push him back. Push him back.
They'll run with Samuels. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
Here we go. Henry, take it to Mike. I got him. Hold. Delta.
Here's Samuels. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep is Philip Dorsett. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Check.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
That's it. Let's get off the field. 50 guys, 4 down.
Ain't no such thing as a loss.
Here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third, try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
I got you.
To throw on 2nd down. Pryor, he's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
On 1st and 10, Pryor. And this is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Let's go.
Now an inside draw. This is their fullback. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
And that's why that position was created. big, powerful, strong guy who can carry the ball and plow forward, that's exactly why you have him on the field.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Operating from the gun. Pryor, hard throw, incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
First down.
So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Now it's Miller. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Shoot! Watch the shoot! I'll go special! I'll go special! Let's go.
Now it's Wilson. He lets it fly from right. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, you know, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Play out, bam.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run, and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Check 55 to mine. Here we go, G. Here I come.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Switzer on the return. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive begins with a 1st down. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Coming to you.
first carry for James Conner. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Set, hut, 70 ending. Too little, cut.
On third down, Pryor. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
At their own 32-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Now it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Better bring it.
They run with Conner. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
They force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
To throw on third down, Pryor. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Let's go now. Take the flag. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go.
On first down, Pryor. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 1 on EA Sports. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Ricky.
Check 9, check.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. From the gun, Pryor. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 25 yards that time. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Just like that.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And given the elements, this might have been what we would have expected, Charles. Scoreless into the 2nd quarter.
The elements have definitely played a part in this game, a big part. And I think that both teams have been a little slow to adjust their...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Wilson. It got his man complete. A gain there of 30 big ones. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
7 yards there and a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Miller. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
It's going to be a long day.
Out of the pistol look, it's Miller. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a 1st here on 3rd down.
Hey, go 14. Come on, man. Come on, man.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Screen. Watch the screen. He's crashing.
40.
Mike's 50.
Now Wilson. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26.
A gain of 15. And the Seahawks.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Fine, 90. Who that? Check 99. Go.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
13 yards on the play. And the Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Off-play action. Pryor. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's first and 10.
All right, so take.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Johnson's got it complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
All right, partner, I wasn't good enough to get this done, but I played with plenty of guys who did. When they spotted wide receiver screen and they got to the football fast and blew the whole thing up, the same result as we just saw usually happened. No gain.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down. Pryor. And an alley to run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
2nd and 3. Steps away to his left. This is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
That's another Steelers 1st down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
56. Mike.
Operating from the gun. Pryor. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Washington in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers have taken the lead. The extra point hits the left upright but goes through anyway. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
Fifty's the mic. 50's the mic.
Rabbit, rabbit.
Zebra.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey, man. Watch the goose.
Push left. Let's go, Mike 50.
Now Wilson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
After the sack on first down, Wilson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Here we go. 36 power. Kill.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5.
Undercross. 14. 19. Squeeze, double. Check, 55 to Orbit. Check, 55 to Mike.
It's been a long day for you.
Mike 55.
Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. From the 30 on second down, Wilson, he's got the hook up to Miller. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Now it's Penny, and he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. On first down, Wilson. Complete to Dorsett. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Philip Dorsett, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7.
Steelers 7. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4th. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world.
Now Connor. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
3rd down and 4.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Pryor. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They'll run on first down. It's Connor, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Let him let the ball.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Pryor. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 39.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Don't be scared.
On first down, Connor. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
26-yard line.
Four receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Cut. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Hey, watch the ball.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Now those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, Pryor. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
They're running it.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Dorsett making the catch. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Wilson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. He completes this into the hands of Miller. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gained?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard's going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
1st down, Seattle.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Wilson on 1st and 10. It's complete. It's Miller. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Dorsett's got it. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
First and goal.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Brings up second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Second and 11. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Elsewhere, they're on to the fourth quarter at MetLife Stadium. The Bills have taken the lead in what's been a wide-open affair. A win would be their first of the young season. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
Mike. Go 14. Mike 5-5. Mike.
On second and 11 now. Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Check 52.
On third down, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here's Switzer. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Back to throw. Pryor. And he rifles one incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
But we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Looking to throw. Pryor. And an alley to run. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
That's good for the Steelers. First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On 1st and 10. Pryor. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Pryor. And an alley to run. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And now a carry here for their fullback. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. They'll run here with counter. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. This is Samuels. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
They'll look to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you've got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards. Back to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you describe that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
There you go. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Here we go. Hey, alert 3. Tight dog.
They begin with a run by Miller. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
You got tight right there. Kill. 14, front it. 55 is mine, guys, 55.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line.
Again, it's Miller. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Shoot! 25.
Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11th. Now the Steelers are going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
He'll look to throw. He's going to run, but he's got a walk. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Seahawks, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.